thanks for staying with us. It's a Monday edition of TVC Breakfast. Time to take a look at the headlines of the Nigerian newspapers this morning. And joining us to, analyze some of these headlines is Dotun Ojon. He's a communication strategist. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good to have you join us.
Good to see you.
Now let's start from the Punch newspaper now. We have a bold headline here. Ex-Vice President Atiku rejoins PDP. Makarafi says, I may contest. And he's dropping a hint. And 3 million jobs lost under Buhari. Ex-VP is saying that. Now, were you surprised when you saw the Facebook live broadcast from the former vice president joining the PDP?
No, I was not surprised. You know, we actually talked about it the last time in the studio. We knew because you need to understand how the structure of political party works. It may not be in his interest for him to go join another political party at the moment. At least, either we like it or not, the PDP still has some number of governors. They still have the structure here and there. So he can only work on the structure to help his political career. And if you look at his style of comeback now, it's laying emphasis on the Nigerian youth.
Yes.
If you listen to the broadcast...
His reason for using Facebook in the first place.
Yes. He said, to be truthful, it's actually, it made a lot of sense. If you look at the number of people that have lost their job in recent past.
He says about 3 million.
Under this present administration. So there's the need for any political strategies to keep hammering on the issue of creating more job at this point in time.
Yeah, but we've heard all of this, over time. I mean, no, we're going to provide jobs, we'll fix roads and all of that. And at the end of the day, just like he has said, he's accusing the APC of disappointing Nigerians. What are the guarantees that the PDP, if they're given another chance, will not do the same thing?
There's no guarantee.
People will tell you that was why they were, kicked out in the first place.
Exactly.
In all honesty, there's no guarantee that the PDP or any other political party at this moment in time will come and do things differently. There's no guarantee about that. And that's why I don't want to use the word sorry for the state of Nigeria now. Because if you look at the set of people that are ruling us or the set of people that have the ambition of ruling us, you discover that they are still traditional in their thinking. We are still thinking during this time, we are still thinking about how to fix electricity. These are basic needs, and you come to win election with promises of these things. Even at the end of the day, you promise the people, you are still not going to deliver. So I think we need new set of leadership, which is going to come out of the new set of orientation.
I even wonder how Nigerians are still gullible with the promises of I'll give you light, I'll give you housing, I'll give you jobs, I'll give you roads, I'll give you... These are things that were the same promises in 1960. They were the same promises in 1979. They were the same promises in 1993.
Nobody's talking about going to the moon.
Exactly.
But
Science, invention, and all of that.
Nigerians are not voting because of the promises. That's the reality.
Why are they
are voting because of money. And that's the truth.
So it's even made worse.
It's an outcome of poverty. Because the people are not going to make policies that will take people out of poverty. Because they know that the next election, they are still going to ride on poverty.
Okay, let's professors, political appointees to earn full salaries as pension.
Yeah, I think that has become necessary because if you read it very carefully, you discover that they are talking about contributory pension scheme. For professors, they get to retire at 70. And these people will have invested a lot of money in contributing into their pension scheme. What is the possibility in a nation where life expectancy is just a little bit above 52, that these people are going to exhaust the money they have contributed within the space of maybe 30 or 40 years that they are going to live more. So if you are saying, oh, they are going to take their full salary after retirement, it shows that you are actually calculating how they will be able to exhaust whatever they have contributed into the pension scheme.
All right, the Nation is reporting, IBB, Jonathan rejects PDP governor's choice for chairman. Of course, 4 governors may dump seconders and battle for 2019 deepens crisis. So the PDP is not out of...
of crisis. Of crisis.
Out of the woods.
They're not out of the woods.
If you look at the structure of the party now, we have at least about 3 classes. we have the godfather class, the old people class, then we have the middle class and the people of youthful generation. Now,
is there really any youthful generation in the PDP?
Either we like it or not, there are some young people still rooting for PDP, either we like it or not.
Okay.
Now, the contest now is not between the people, the old men and the young men. It's between the people at the middle class and the old people. Fortunately, the people at the middle class, majority of them are either in the Senate or governors. So they want to quickly hijack the structure of the party at this moment in time. And we talked about the influence of the governors the other time. So, and the people of the upper class too, the only thing they can do to actually weaken people in the middle class is to continue to work with people in the lowest class, which are the youth, and make sure, because they do not trust themselves. The people at the upper class and the middle class do not really trust themselves. So, so
well, and IBB and Jonathan are teaming up to fight against the governors.
Yes, the governors. These are the people at the middle.
Okay. All right, no cause for alarm over terror alert, says federal government. Is it enough to just say that, or, you know, what exactly is government putting in place to reassure Nigerians that there's no cause for alarm? Of course, Western countries have given out the travel, you know, notice to their people to be careful about some flashpoints in Nigeria.
Yeah, you know, because we want to quickly just achieve some political point, we come out to say, oh, we have defeated terrorism. And I kept telling people, the fight against terrorism is not a fight of deadline. It's a fight of consistency. People must continue to work at every point in time, because, like I said the other time, these people have army of unemployed youth to always recruit from, and they are not resting. They have support, either we like it or not, from some of the countries.
They're not. Almost every day now there's an attack, you know, that leads to the death of so many Nigerians. So
I think the government needs to do more, and instead of coming out to say we have defeated these people, I think we should be consistent with our fight against terror.
All right, still other stories. Investors gain 4 trillion naira in equities. Emefiele is the best CBN governor, says Jim Ovia. Of course, that story is actually some other papers. Let's drop that.
Let's move to the Daily Sun now. We have on human trafficking, that's in the Libyan issue. Buhari hits Europe, negotiates new pact on migration with Germany. We heard recently the French president was blaming African leaders and all of that, and it seemed like it's a back and forth thing.
Yeah, I've always said that you cannot totally trust the Western powers when it comes to the destiny of your people or your nation. But again, one of the ways that you can measure the health of your nation is with the number of people actually going out by all means. With the way
desperate to
just leave. It shows that your country is not healthy. Whether we like it or not, are they extending invites to us? No, it is the people that are desperate and they want to leave the nation. Why do they want to leave the nation? It's because things are not working. Now, when we were growing up as a young boy, what we were told is that once you get into school, your problems are half solved.
But isn't that where the problem really is? When you go to school, you're told, look, going to school means you will get, there's a job that's waiting for you.
It's a meal ticket.
Shouldn't the school now begin to change the narrative? Look, you're going to school in order to be trained to become a job provider, a job creator, an entrepreneur in the first place. Isn't that what education? Yeah, not a job seeker.
We may not be able to get to that point even in Nigeria now, because if you look at the philosophies creating the university and the polytechnic, we need to, at this point in time, because of our population and the 21st century demand, we need to really concentrate on building our polytechnics. But what do you hear today? Conversion of polytechnics into universities. These are the people that are supposed to be middle class people and create job for the people. They are supposed to have the technical know-how. But because of the fact that over the time there have been this argument of, oh, poly graduate is not, or university graduates are better than poly graduate. That is also putting pressure on. So I think it's about time for us to sit down as a people and redefine the kind of education we need, rather than having people talk about education being the only cure for poverty.
Okay, we have APC has let Nigerians down. I think we're saying that. We've seen that before. Federal government considers reforms in the police. Now, there has been viral videos recently of how police unit called SAS has been very brutal on some people they want to arrest.
And they're actually calling for the scrapping of
the unit.
The social media only made that popular. It has been going on, because it has always been there because of my closeness with the police force, and because of the kind of family I come from that is heavily populated with police. I've always seen this. I've lived in the barrack before. So it has always been there. The only thing is that the social media is making it popular. And I told a friend of mine, I never knew all this would happen. About 3 weeks ago, I was telling him how to relate with police. And just about a week after, he was accosted along Oshodi, and they forced him to their station. They checked his phone, read all his email. He got an email from an international media house calling him for interview. They said, you must be a Yahoo. This is an international. So there's an urgent need for reform.
For reform of the police, all right. And we have the terror attack alert. Abuja says, Abuja is safe, says the federal government. And IBB wants PDP national chair not for sale. And these are some of it. In 2019, Southeast will give Buhari 70% votes. Ojon Okalu is saying that. So those are some of the...
Okay, so Buhari's trips to the Southeast.
Exactly.
And also, the political calculation is this. It's very simple. For those that are politically conscious in the Southeast, they prefer, they are in the APC bloc, they would prefer a Buhari. You know why? If a Buhari does not come back, it means another Northerner may likely come back as president, and that Northerner, we either we like it or not, we want to go for a second time. But if a Buhari is there, if it continues to 2020 something, then there's hope that an Easterner may actually become a president after him. That's why every politically conscious people
the issue there is that the East should not just sit down and wait for this zoning to come to them. Because the point there is there has to be, when it comes to the political calculation, those regions that deliver votes, the East is one of the least regions that give votes in presidential elections.
That's why
so they need to be able to align and realign and all of that. These are the calculations that should be looking at.
Kalu actually coming out to actually...
Well, the point is, will the Southeast be getting the timing right?
Exactly.
That's another point.
Right.
But the timing is right. If, for example, a Buhari continues...
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. This day, how Owando's forensic audit may have cost Gwarzo his job. So many revelations coming out of this. Verbal call from the finance minister to Gwarzo not to continue with the investigation of Owando, whatever their audit is. And of course, Gwarzo says, no, it is not advisable that we stop this investigation. Is this what has cost him his job? Well, time will tell. All right, what else? Atiku rejoins PDP. That's no longer news. What else is news here? MFL is Nigeria's best CBN governor ever, according to Jim Ovia.
I think there's a disconnect between what the people in government think and what the people that are not in government think. I think the people on the street think that the CBN governor is a terrible governor because their measurement is basically on the prices of food. Because either we like it or not, we are running a dollarized economy. Whatever affects the dollar affects even the man selling pepper on the street. So it's just funny. But I believe him.
All right, the Vanguard newspaper, Atiku
all the papers are reporting the same thing.
We expect that.
Because we never had time to actually talk about that. I think his timing too is right at this moment in time. He's rejoining because either we like it or not, it is the man that carries the money that will decide who becomes the chairman. It's the man that who decides who becomes the chairman of the party that we at least perhaps emerge as the presidential candidate.
All right, so but the IBB is saying he shouldn't go to the highest bidder here.
He's only saying it. The reality is that each will go to the highest bidder. And some of these forces need to actually come together to decide who becomes who.
Okay. Now we have Arms Hall in Ondo. Buhari calls for security meeting. And we also have 14 banks incurred 368 billion naira bad loans in 9 months.
It's really a sad reality when banks come to ordinary people to encourage them to come and put their money in the bank. They promise them they are going to give them interest. At the end of the day, you put your money there, you don't get your interest. Only for you to hear the news that the money that the poor people deposit in bank go to the rich people who will never get to pay back. It's a sad reality.
It's really sad. Well, those are some of the headlines this morning. Your Mr. and Mrs. is here.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs., what are they saying this morning? I hope it's exciting enough to kick off the week. I'm sorry, dear, for coming home late. Mr. John gave me a ride in his new car.
Okay.
It was so pleasant and smooth that I slept off and missed my bus stop.
It was so pleasant and smooth on the line there.
And of course, the husband replies, I'm disappointed that at your age, you can get carried away.
Okay.
All right. Madam,
food
food for
for thought.
thought.
Food for
She's
thought
trying
there.
to say something to the guy there. Go get a new car.
It's all right. Okay, thank you very much, Dotun Ojon, for coming on the program.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Right.